There we go. All right, cool. So we got to do a great job of following up with people as well. So I said speaking to people. I said following up. Do a great job right now of listing property. I am sharing with you what I am sharing with you. If you can do a great job right now at focusing on your next level of becoming a great listing agent, that is where our focus and our attention should also be. Do a great job at listing property right now. Why? Here's what's going to happen. You are going to start to do this. In December, in the bonus season, you're going to start to physically grab inventory. This is the way I want you to look at it. You got a row. Okay? How many little houses do you have on that row? Here's the way I think about it. Anybody a sneakerhead in here? Anybody a sneakerhead? Okay. You know how you got the shoe boxes? Right? In the containers? Right? That's the way I want you to look at your listings. What's the collection look like right now? Okay? If you ain't got nothing on there, it's a no. We're out of business. We are out of business. If we have 1, 2, 3, okay? Watch this. Who's got 1 in inventory right now? Somebody can buy 1. Okay, there you go. Type in yes if I got 1. I'm telling you, listen to what I'm saying. Do a great, and I know, I'm not saying the buyers are bad. I'm not saying that. I'm saying do a great job at listing property. Watch what it creates for you. You got 2? If you don't got 1, the focus should be how do I get to 2? If I got 2, the focus should be how do I get to 4? Don't think one more, 10x, get to 4 or even 5. If I got 4 active, how can I get to 9, 10? Make sense? Double up. Continue to work to double up. Do a great job at listing property. Even if you have 1, you're going to be like, that's a paycheck. By the way, if you haven't watched That's a Paycheck series, send me a message so I can send that to you so you can understand what I'm talking about in the efficiency and the income that it can create in your life. And I love it right there. 3 coming, 3 active. You guys are awesome. Priscilla and Maddie, great work. Okay. I said, and I wrote down, do a great job at helping buyers buy homes. Whew. Do a great job at helping buyers buy homes right now. I mean, right now, if you've got a day where you're going to get out there, have your buyer consultation, okay? Work through the buyer workshop that Jose Bonilla created for you. Work through that. Have a great buyer presentation. Make sure that they're qualified. Make sure that they are ready to go. And let's get out there and let's help some buyers buy homes. If we can do a great job at those 4 things right there, speaking to people, following up, listing property, and helping buyers buy homes, you're going to put yourself in a phenomenal position for 2025 success. Who wants more 2025 success by show of hands? Me. There you go. Thank you. We shouldn't be able to contain ourselves with that, right? We should be able to. I wrote this down though. I wrote, you got to get cold. You got to get cold. Some of you are too warm. The other night, my son asked me, he said, Dad, let's go play outside. His kid loves football. I'm telling you, man, he wow. So he always wants to go outside. He's jumping on the trampoline. I throw him the football. He's catching the football, right? And then I go, he throws me and I'm jumping on the football. And I'm like, the other night I went out there, who knows, it's a little bit cold. It's cold. It gets cold. And my mind was literally telling me, oh, it's going to be cold. And I was already in my PJs, so I went out there and I'm like, damn, it's cold out here, right? But after a while, I started to warm up. And I'm like, dude, I ended up having a nice little 20-minute cardio session with him, right? We were running some routes. Like we were getting after it at night. All I'm saying with you guys is we're not getting cold enough. So when we stay comfortable, you got to understand that you're going to continue to get comfortable results. But when we get uncomfortable, when we do things that make us sweat a little bit, when we do things that make us get dressed up a little bit more, when we do things that put a little bit of pressure on us, you get a little cold, right? I need everybody to just jot that. And I'm not talking about go jump in an ice bath. Heck, some of you can go jump in an ice bath. I don't care what people say it's good or bad or whatever it is. Get cold. Get cold in your life right now. You want a breakthrough? You want success? Go get cold and watch what's going to happen for you. And cold just means getting out there. Get out there. Some of us are like social media. Oh man. Like, it's like, that's the cold that I'm talking about. talking to sellers. Oh man, that's the cold. No, man, I gotta follow up this person, and oh, their status, and they're a little bit nerve-wracking, and it's like, that's the cold that I'm talking about. That's the cold that we need in our life right now. Oh, I wrote down, we want to work to understand that, and I heard this from Kyrie Irving. He was talking about his relationship with Kobe Bryant. He said, information is free, knowledge is forever, and grows on you as wisdom. So many of us, our lives have looked the exact same every single year, okay? Literally, when we look at our revenue, when we look at what it is that we do, it's the same thing every year. And I'm reflecting on it this year, and I'm going, wait a minute. Does my life look the same this year as it did last year? That is truly a measure of growth. Like, think about like December. What is going on? How am I moving? How am I responding? Some of us, we just need to understand that in order to get to that next level, we got to remove the ego a little bit. And we got to understand that if life continues to look the same, we're still we're still staying in the ego that what we're thinking is right. I was in an Uber car yesterday. We were down to one car, and it was a blessed Uber ride. God definitely put me on this ride for a reason. Ended up talking to Uber driver, single mom, really struggling right now, right? I mean, like just in the world, like life stuff, like really struggling. And I'm just staying quiet, and I'm like, man, God, like this is, whoa. Like I asked a couple of questions, she felt comfortable, and she started laying it on me. Like she started laying life down, And I'm like, woo, you've been through some stuff, And I was able to talk to her and share with her a little bit in regards to truly, an experience that I had with my mom as a single mother as well, and really help her out, and was able to bless her a little bit financially as well, just from what she was sharing with me. I share these things because what I learned from that experience is the more that we hold on to things that have happened 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, last year, yesterday, today, the more that our ego compresses. And for some of you that have been holding on to things for years, show up next week on December 12th. My brother's going to help you guys just, okay? That just watch. Okay. So we got to remove the ego though, and be more coachable. Like just got to be more coachable. Again, you do you, and you understand where you fall on the spectrum of life. Okay. That's just what it is. I wrote down, consider a new you. Consider a new you. We always talk about for the new year that it's change, right? Consider a new you. I'm considering a new me right now. I'm considering going bald, shaving my head, or just some transition. I'm considering going, yeah, I know. I get it. You're like, oh, well, really? Wow. I'm considering getting into the single digits on percentage of body fat. I'm considering a new me there. I'm considering a new social media presence in my life. I'm considering that right now. Make sense? I'm considering a new level of income is what I'm considering. I'm considering a new social media strategy to help attract and help more people. Does this make sense, everybody?
Yes.
I'm considering, like, hell, I'm always even considering a move-in location. I'm considering moving my workspace around a little bit. All I'm saying is consider a new you. Because watch, when we get to January and we get to February, what's going to happen? We get right back into that flow, right? So from now to consider a new you. What would a new you look like? I wrote down consider a new year. I wrote down upgrade. Not a terrible idea right now to really look at where you can upgrade all around. And for some of us, I wrote down the upgrade that we need is not more space. It's not bigger. It's not more of anything. It's tightening up everything that you do. My great friend, Alex Lair, I go to his ranch, amazing ranch, hundreds of acres. And I'm sitting there talking to him and I'm like, hey, Alex, oh my gosh, I'm ready, right? I'm going to buy this bigger house. I'm going to buy this, like, oh my gosh, like I'm going to move, I'm going to sell it. I got, equity. You guys know the games that we play, right? I had bigger, better. And he just looked at me and he just goes, I'm not convinced that bigger is better. What? What do you mean? I had the plan dialed in. He goes, I'm more convinced that tightening is better. And I'm like, oh, tell me more. He goes, how tight is the space that you have? I said, not tight enough. It's not. I could totally deck my own current space. I could totally deck my current life out if I stopped thinking about more and I just started thinking about tightening the screws on everything, though. Everything. I'm talking about my schedule. I'm talking about my mindset. I'm talking about my health. I'm talking about my relationships. I'm talking about tightening the screws, Mitchell, right? Like if we just tighten down more and more and more, what ends up happening to our life? Wow. So, some of you go into somebody's car and you're like, damn, this is a nice car. Watch, some of you have beautiful vehicles that if you were to go step in the exact same vehicle, but somebody else's that like just tightened up and took a lot of pride in it, you'd be like, this is sick. This is a dope ass car. You know what I mean? Look at old vehicles. You could go see an old vehicle, rustic, super tore up, and you're like, oh man, same exact vehicle. You go to a car show, what happens? Oh my God, this is amazing. Oh my gosh, right? Why? They didn't go get it. It's not a new car. It's just the car that they have is tightened up. The doorknobs are flush. The steering wheel feels different. You guys get what I'm saying there? All right, good. I wrote tighten up. I said, check your attitude. Who you got beef with, man? Like, who you got beef with, Because it's one of those things that's a subtle thing that I think that we don't talk about enough. Who you got beef with, though? Sometimes we have these little beefs in our mind, especially in our business, right? Because we're in the real estate business and it's such an ego-driven business. It's like I don't know, I can't explain it. It's like there's always this hidden competition in a sense that goes on. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? At least that's kind of the way that I've seen it. And I've been in several rooms with several different agents and brokers and top producers and the team leader and the greatest salesmen in the world and all of it, right? And it's interesting that sometimes we create because of what somebody does to us or because of an assumption that we make about somebody, but we create a little beef, And all I wanted to share today, what I wrote was, who you got beef with, okay? The only person can I share with you who you guys should have beef with? You guys want to know that? Say yes if you want to know who you should have some beef with. Yes. Yeah, thank you. Yes. You need to be beefing with you. You need to be beefing with your ass. You know what I mean? Like, that's who you got to have beef with. You got to have beef with, hey, how am I operating? How am I moving? Am I upgrading? Am I getting cold? Am I really working on myself? And it was an interesting thought because I was thinking to myself, oh, actually, Rosanna, I was eating with you yesterday, right? We were talking about that. That's what she said that. She's like, oh, it's like this. Because she was saying that this office, there's like, you just feel the beautiful energy in it, right? And at another office, she's like, I can just feel these little beefs and stuff like that. And it's interesting though, and I started thinking that's the majority of real estate out there is that little, watch this, at Pack Home Realty, let's shift it. We're gonna shift it today. We beef with right here. I got a beef with the fact, well, I don't got a beef with the fact, I absolutely crushed Nicolette's cheesecake over Thanksgiving. I absolutely crushed it. Oh my gosh, that was the best cheesecake ever, okay? But then I had a beef with myself about, hey, you got to get back on track. You got to transition. Okay, anyways, all right, you guys get the point. You got to remember that this upcoming year, the reason why I talk about all this preparation is because this upcoming year is designed, this business that we're in, this real estate business, Nelson, I commented on your post today, it's designed to weed people out. That's the designation of it. It's not designed to keep you here and working in it. If it was, it would give you a check. You guys get like, here you go, here's your two, but I don't need you to call this, I need you to. Our business is legitimately designed to take you out of the business. That is its function. The functionality of it is to be tough and difficult and things like that. So I saw Nelson posted today on Mindset some great thoughts. I mean, they're powerful. If you haven't seen them, go follow him, go like it, go look at them. Some powerful thoughts. And I said, wow, I'm thinking to myself, in a business that is designed to take you out, you have that mindset. I applaud you. I do. And that's just business in general. In the next 3 weeks, as we approach the new year, if you're going to think about anything, think about the fact that you're going to get 2 or 3 more curveballs next year. The same way that we got NAR this year, the same way that before that we got interest rates, the same way that before that we got COVID, the same that before that we got non-essential, the same way that before that we got high inventory, the same way, you guys get where I'm going with this? I'm sorry, low inventory, too many bids, too many offers, you guys get, right? The same way that understand that this business is designed to take you out of it. So that's why we got to start preparing and working on a better us. Does this make sense, everybody? Type yes if that makes sense. It's a long year and it's designed to do that to you. But I also believe that that's absolutely why we don't have the option to not be all in and laser focused in December and January. Don't ask me why I think this way. I believe that it's the most pivotal time of the year. I just do. Because I believe that it's like, if you're going to go play a sport, nobody goes into the sport and just gets in there and starts playing at full capacity. There's a reason why baseball players have spring training. There's a reason why NFL players have training camps and hard knocks and things like that. There's a reason why soccer, I'm sure, has a setup prior to them getting into the actual season. And I believe that our setup is right now for 2025. I truly do believe it. It's not, I start next year. No, it's I start right now so that I can take advantage of next year. So what I wanted to share with you now here is, and on live, it's going to be a little bit tough. But I want to transition over here to my Zoom here. I can't see myself though. Okay, give me 1 second here, team. I'm going to draw this out. It'll take me like 2 or 3 minutes.
It's under Ian's iPad.
Okay, so let me go to, I'd like to, yeah. If you have host powers, if you could make me the host, that'd be great. I think I have host powers, so that's not good, but we have a lot of participants on here. AM's iPad. Just give me 1 second, team. What I'm going to show you right now is something that I've learned, and I've got to get this to you. I wanted to get it to you last year.
Go to the top. You don't see it?
I don't.
Right there.
Where?
Right there.
Oh, there it is.
You.
Okay.
So go ahead.
More.
Just give yourself, make host.
Make co-host. How about we do that?
Okay.
All right,
They should
perfect.
be able to see you like that.
Okay, and then from here, can you see me okay? You guys can see me okay? Yeah. Type yes if you can see me okay in the chat.
We see you.
You see me and you can still hear me very clearly as well?
Yes.
Beautiful. So what I wanted to do here today is I wanted to share something that I've learned, and I just took a course with, what's his name? I think I shared this with you guys. The gentleman from 10X is easier than 2X. You guys remember that? The gentleman from 10X is easier than 2X. I just took a course with him, Dr. Benjamin, I forget the last name.
Benjamin Hardy.
Benjamin Hardy, yeah, he's absolutely amazing. Drop that link in there, by the way, Jose, if you can. 10X is either, or the titles. 10X is easier than 2X. Buy back your time, and there's several just amazing books that they do. And what I want to do here is I want to share my content here. Let me share my screen here. Screen broadcast. Give me 1 second here. Oh yeah, there you go. You guys can see this okay, yeah? Yeah, you can.
Yes.
You guys see that okay? Beautiful. By the way, my son's My son's a crack up, man. This guy just loves, he absolutely loves and enjoys this iPad. So I had a jacket from him back. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Basically, what the gentleman talks about is, and over the course that I took, was understanding a few concepts. I'm going to do my best to regurgitate this and reshare this with you. However, what he did in this activity, in this course that I took, was absolutely amazing. He basically said, we've got three things, okay? You've got a floor. Oh, this needs to turn on. Oh, this is not charged. Yikes. Hold on. Oh, that's not charged. Okay, that's not going to work. The pen, it's the pen. Okay. All right. That's not going to work, unfortunately. Here we go. Stop share. Okay. So in essence, what he discussed and what he talked about, and what I want to share with you is this. He shared, and I want everybody to think about this. I want everybody to think about your 5-year plan. Okay, what is your 5-year plan? So if you were to fast forward your life right now, 5 years in the future, okay? So I want everybody to think about that. Now, how old will you be? Go ahead. How old will you be? Okay, think about that. How old will your kids be? You could think about that. Okay. In 5 years, what will what will life look like, right? Like I know, so for myself as an example, my daughter is 13, she'll be 18, she's 12, she'll be 17, I'm sorry. My son will be 16, my youngest will be 10. So if I think about it from that perspective, my oldest will be getting ready to go to college, yes? My youngest will also be looking at colleges, my middle one will be looking at colleges and being ready to go to college. My youngest will be playing a lot of sports. She'll be like 10 years old, right? They're starting to get in a lot of activity. With that being said, my question for you is what would you like your 5-year goal to be in business? What would you like for it to look like? Okay? And I want everybody to write that down. What is that going to look like? Now, what we learned was, and I want you to put that closer to the top of the page, okay? And what we learned was this. I want you to go to the bottom of the page. So for some of you, it's I want to sell 100 homes. For some of you, it's I want to 150 homes. For some of you, it's I want to have a pack line organization that's doing X. For some of you, it's I want to be an investor and own X amount of doors. I want to make this much revenue. I want to have be worth X amount. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. What does that 5-year target look like? And what he shared was, when you go down to the bottom, he says, we all have a floor, okay? We all have a floor. And our floor is, what does it look like? What does life look like right now, okay? What does life look like right now? And what are you currently doing? So if I were to say, well, I want to earn $250,000 a year in 5 years, and right now I'm earning $35,000 a year, right? That's what my life looks like. I'm earning $35,000 a year. Make sense? My 5-year goal is 250, Rod. So then I'm like, okay, cool. So now you guys understand that there's that gap there. Yes? Okay. This is the way that I pictured it in my mind and the way that he broke it. But he wrote down between the two lines, he wrote down like a bunch of cadences, a bunch of lines that he had written down. Okay. And in these cadences and in these lines, and in between where we are now and our 500,000 was all the things that we focus on. So I want you to do this homework assignment for yourself right now. What are all of the things that earning and doing whatever it is that you earn and do bring you? What are all those things that you focus on? I don't know. It can be, I focus on, I don't know. What do we focus on? I don't do this. I don't do this. I do this. But what are the things that you do? So how does life look right now? And what are our targets? What's our mentality that generate us this result? Okay. And then he said, I want you to look at the person in 5 years and what are the things that they do that generate them this result. Does this make sense? So what are the things that you currently do that generate you the result? And then what are the things that that person, your future self, the way that you're showing up in the future does that helps that person generate the results that they want to generate in their life? It could be more income, it could be better health, it could be whatever you want to make it. And I swear, I paid money for this course, the whole thing. And the biggest thing that stood out to me was he said, stop waiting 5 years to start acting like that person. Stop waiting 5 years to start doing those things that you know that you need to be doing. Okay? Instead, make that the only thing that you focus on right now. Make it the only thing that you focus on. So if it's, I want to go out and I want to take 30 listings next year in 2025 that earn me X amount of dollars, then right now, the only thing that we should be focused on is taking listings right now to go to 35. If it's, I want to sell 50 homes a year, which breaks down to 3 every single month, then guess what? Right now, that's the thought that should be piercing through our mind every single day, is that thought. So we have to start to act the way that we would act in 5 years right now. And when he said this to me, and I took this course back maybe like 3 months ago, and he shared this information, and I'm like, whoa, this is crazy, because it is so damn uncomfortable, right? It's so uncomfortable because a lot of the things that I currently do, I can no longer do those things. A lot of the ways that I operate, I can no longer operate that way. And here's the challenge, is that it's scary as heck. It is so scary because for a lot of us, it's an additional financial investment. It really is. It's like, well, the person in 5 years, they have this tool, and this tool that help them do that. Oh, wait, you mean to tell me I got to go do that right now? Yeah, I mean to tell you, you need to go do that right now. You know, it's like I'm going to use an example. I want to take 35 listings, yet we don't have a for sale sign. You get what I'm saying? It's like, whoa, I got to go get the for sale sign. I got to act like that person right now in order to get the result that I want to get. And that's the scary part, because it's like, yo, I don't have the money to go get the for sale sign right now. I get it, right? But how would the person in 5 years think? How are they going to react? How are they going to respond? What are they going to, and here's the other thing I'll share with you. Whether you think that here, whether it's this year, the current right now, or in 5 years, that any of the problems or the challenges that you experience are going to go away, if you genuinely think that, I'm just here to tell you that it's not true. Because there's this, you guys, I mean, did you have challenges 5 years ago? Yes. It's called norm. Now, how I see those challenges, how I respond to those challenges, how I behave when I receive those challenges, that can be a completely different story. Okay? That can be a completely different story. Does this make sense, everybody? Yes. Beautiful. I want to share with you guys here really quickly, where are you mentally on the things that need to be done? And I'm ending with this. Where are you mentally on the things that need to be done in your battle? Where are you mentally in the things that need to be done in your battle? We all got a battle. I got a battle, you got a battle, we all got a battle if you wouldn't be on this call, you wouldn't be listening if you did not have a battle. Where are you mentally in that battle? And I can share with you, we got to get on the positive mentality of that battle. We got to get on the positive side. How do you do that? You do that through engaging, and you do that through participation. Some of you don't have a place to go to. Some of you, well, if you're with PAC, you have a place to go to. You don't have a community to be around. You don't have individuals to talk to and share your journey with. Some of us have it, but we don't choose to buy into it and participate into it. Does this make sense? we psychologically choose to remain on our floor versus going after that 5-year result. All I'm here to tell you is this: stop. Stop and start to address where you are mentally by participating more. You guys see me check in? You guys see me check? You guys see me hold meetings? You see me do these things? Why? I have to trick myself mentally back into the game. I talked to 4 agents this week that are like, oh man, I haven't caught my spring back. Every one of them, thank goodness, I was like, text me that you did this and you did this. Text me, you did this and you did this. Text me, you did that. Okay, good. They text me, I just little heart, good. Message me, you did this and you did this. You did this and you did this. A week later, oh my gosh, I got a sale. It's like, okay, let's go. Where are you mentally on the things that need to be done in your battle? I'm wishing you all, in closing, I'm wishing you all a present. The present that I wish for all of you is peace. I wish joy. I wish hope. And I wish miracles. That's what I truly wish for you all. And I'm a big believer in miracles, by the way. I only operate in the faith space, right? That's where you got to operate in. Some of you need a miracle. All I'm going to tell you is this: do not be closed-minded. Don't be closed-minded. You remember when you were a kid? I'll never forget it. I was a little boy and I wanted a Sega Genesis so bad. Oh, I wanted the Sega Genesis so bad. I just oh my God. It was like one of those Christmases that I really, really wanted that gift, that Sega Genesis, And I remember my mom said, I just remember the talk around the house being like, oh, Sega Saturn, not Sega Genesis, Sega Saturn, okay? And I remember the talk around the house being like, it just wasn't a good tone, right? Getting kicked out, we got to move. We got to just oh man, we may not have the tree up. Anybody ever had those conversations? You remember those conversations as an adult, the conversations that you remember. And what was interesting was I was thinking to myself the other day, I said, hey, you know what's crazy? My mom ended up figuring out a way to get that Sega Saturn. I don't know how she pulled a miracle off to get that damn Sega Saturn, right? I'm like, maybe that's where I started believing in miracles. Because I literally was like, I'm not getting a Sega. There's no way. This is not going to happen, Watch. My wish for all of you and my hope for all of you and my gift to all of you would be that you just open your mind to the miracle that you're looking for. You just open your mind to it. Now, it's not going to be easy, but I think that if you open your mind to it, it will come to fruition for you. Okay? And you put the work in. Thank you guys so much for an amazing year of sales meetings. Thank you for an amazing year of sales meetings. I'm going to log off here. Thank you for an amazing year actually not yet. Thank you for an amazing year of sales meetings. Thank you for an overall amazing year of participation. I know we do still have the webinar next week, but again, that's a webinar, so it's not going to be like a packed sales link like this. But I want to thank you guys all for just the hard work, the dedication. Wow. I mean, what an amazing year. I know that we've talked about a lot of different content. We've talked about a lot of different information. We've seen each other. We've partied with each other. We've hung out with each other. We've grown with each other. We've laughed. We've cried. We've had breakthroughs. We've acknowledged. We've appreciated all those great things that go into a year. Oh, by the way, we have pack holiday gifts right now, so use them for Christmas and for New Year's as well. But here's what I will share with you. I am so damn excited about the future. I love it. I love reflection. I love reflection from the standpoint of just true appreciation and gratitude. However, I am so damn excited about the future, and I want you to be too, because the future is bright for all of us. Okay, our fortunes are in front of us. Your fortunes are in front of you. Let's go out and make it a great end of the year. We'll talk to you later, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody. Okay. Bye-bye, everybody. I'm going to end the meeting now. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Thank you, Nydia. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Hugo. Thank you. Oh, there we go. Okay, this will be a lot easier for me to end it this way. Good. All right, we'll see you guys there. Signing off. Bye bye.